going on YouTube? Crazy Bags. And Stefan's here too. He's driving. We're coming at you from Colorado today. We are cruising down the road. And I haven't done a feed in a few days. So, if you looked at the title of this video, you would see it says sometimes trucking sucks, right? Because, the truth is sometimes it does. It's just about like every other job. Every now and then you'll have a day where it sucks, or a load, or there's no telling. So what I wanted to talk about was, I told you I was going to grab that last load out of South Carolina, and I was going to go home. And our O1, our shipper on that last load, which was Sterilite, didn't get us loaded till midnight. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to get home on that load. So it sucked. It's one of those situations where it sucked. And that just happens sometimes. There's nothing you can do about it except suck it up and go on. I'm sorry it's so bouncy, guys. These Colorado roads aren't being so nice. Trucking sucks the life out of you. It can. It really can. But things don't. One thing that's hard about trucking is nothing ever seems to go as planned, right? You have to be able to adapt. So that's one of the number one things I think people who are able to adapt well will do well in the trucking industry. Oh, good. It ain't too bouncy. Yeah. Well, that's one of the number one things, man, is you have to be able to adapt on the fly because, another prime example is today Chad Rich is on his way to Atlanta and they call him up and, 30 minutes later, he's repowered a load, switched around. He's heading back to Keller, Texas. So, I mean, it's all about adapting on the fly and doing whatever needs to be done. You know, that's what it is. So we took that load out of South Carolina, guys. We fought that weather a little bit and we got up into Loveland, Colorado last night. We dropped, and we went down and stayed at our prime yard. Big bridge coming up, guys. Hold on, this might get a little bumpy. But went to our prime yard and then stayed the night there because we didn't have a pre-plan. Because the original pre-plan they sent us, I told them they could keep. I wasn't going to run it. They wanted me to run a little 500-mile load of juice or something over there to Salt Lake City, and I told them no, thank you. I'll wait till morning and get something else. So we picked up this load of meat and we're going to South Carolina. Now, this one we already have. It was preloaded. It was ready to go. We dropped and hooked. We went to Love's up there in Fort Morgan, took a shower, and now we're back down on 70. And as long as everything goes okay, I'll actually be home tomorrow, and I'm going to spend the night at home this time for sure, as long as everything goes well. Because like I said, we're already loaded. The load technically does not deliver till Tuesday, but we may try to get off Monday afternoon. All right, guys. So now that I've did a little intro there. All right, guys. Daryl, Steven, Matthew, Adrian, CPAP, RH. Okay, good deal, guys. A lot of people in the room. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's all right. Yeah, CPAP. That's not uncommon. 7,100 is not uncommon. Got to be able to tuck a little money away, guys, for your taxes. So let's see. Little man passed CDL test yesterday. Tomorrow, starting my 30,000. Congratulations, little man. Get it done, man. It'll actually pick up speed a little bit. Look at Ron Jeremy. Yeah, Ron Jeremy. I'm hauling the meat, man. I'm hauling the meat. Where you been, Ron? Ron's been missing in action, man. Shout out from Florida. Stay safe. How you doing, Robert? Hey, I'd say I wish I was in Florida, but to be honest with you, the weather ain't that bad. Ain't that bad. How'd I get the name Crazy Bags? I got it from a game that I play. Um, it started as punting bag because I was when I first started playing, I was pretty by other players. So it was punching bag. I was everybody's punching bag. And then I spent a little money on it and just started wiping people out. And so people started calling me Crazy Bags. Did I see the live feed on the new Ultra Loft? Matthew, yes, I did. I did see the live feed. Um, Here, y'all want to see some driving today? We could do that while we talk. We could show some highway today while we talk. Like I said, we're just cruising down 70. Like I said, I wish it was a little more sturdy, but this road's not the best. This road's not the best. Yeah, the Ultra Lost, I thought it looked really nice. I was impressed with it. I'm excited about mine. It'll be here May 20th. All I have to do is drop $1,000 for the graphics to get done when it comes in. Yeah, as y'all can see, it's beautiful out. I mean, we're in Colorado right now, guys. We're in eastern Colorado. We're about we should be passing into Kansas here in the next 9 or 10 miles. There's no wind. It's absolutely gorgeous out, guys. It's I don't know, 55 degrees or so. Yeah, 53 degrees out. Yeah, right. Aunt Spring, is that you? Did you lock Uncle Winter up in the basement? Guys, don't forget to do thumbs up. Don't forget the thumbs up, guys. Yes, the weather's been really nice. Stefan's got shorts on. I had on shorts yesterday. I should probably have them on now, but I ain't changed yet. So the Loves in Fort Morgan at exit 90 on 76, guys. Just so you guys make a mental note if you want. All the showering facilities are brand new there. They're actually really nice. They're all the huge handicap bathrooms. They had 3 towels in each shower. Very clean. It was very nice. Very nice. That's one thing I can say about Loves, especially the ones that have been remodeled. It's probably the best shower experience on the highway right now in the new ones. And I love the fact they give you 2 towels instead of 1. Falcon's back on the road after a week at home. Yeah, about time you get your ass back to work. Heading to Minnesota Thursday. 50s. Yeah, it's going to be spring. They're going to have some flooding issues up there probably. Next week, expecting snow. How you doing, Dad's Adventure? Cause the Sat Brothers in Cheyenne. Well, I'll tell you that Loves right there is really nice. Um, the parking was okay too. The parking situation wasn't terrible. I got 8 thumbs up. Maybe I need to turn the camera around for a minute. Maybe I can get some more thumbs up. Y'all can see me when I'm talking to you. But yeah, I don't like stopping in places that have dirty ass showers. So anytime I get to find a place like that, I always make a mental note. That's the first time I had ever used that facility, because what usually ends up happening is I usually stop at the Loves before the Cargill plant in Fort Morgan and stay there. It's not nearly as nice. But today I was driving first. I wanted to pick the load up and then let Stefan take over. We got a scale house. I'll turn this around. Oh, we got the green light. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. So we got the green light. Yeah, I would really worry about that snow up there in Minnesota, guys. There's a lot up there. There's going to be a whole lot of flooding going on, a whole lot of water. Everything's going to be saturated up there. That's going to be crazy. Crazy. The planter's wart. Oh, wow. Yeah, that'd be bad. That's for sure. That wouldn't be good. So, no, we're going to get on down to South Carolina and deliver this meat, get this load of meat off, and see what happens. A bunch of people taking a sign in front of the picture in front of the Colorado sign. Must be their first visit. So, old beautiful Colorado. And now we are in Kansas. So Stefan's going to take us as far as he can, and then we're going to go from there. Yeah, CPAP, it was closed. We got a green light, but it was closed. Brian says that Love's is technically in Brush, Colorado. Yeah, Brian, it was north of Fort Morgan. That's all I know. It was exit 90. We left the plant and had to go up, or was it? Yeah, it was exit 90. Had to go up a couple exits. 80, no, was it 89? I think it was 89. Exit 89, yeah. Yeah, because the plant's at exit 82, and it was 7 miles up the road, so it was 89. And then we got off at 92 to come the back roads. To come the back roads. To get back down to 70 today. So Stefan rode on those 2 lanes. It was funny too. We had a prime pass us on the 2 lanes. Nothing like a prime passing a prime. Yeah. Oh, did he? Yeah, we don't know what was going on with him, but we passed. He was pulled over on the shoulder once we passed him. Then he passed us on the 2 lane, and then he passed us again down the road. So I don't know what the hell was going on with that guy. Maybe he was just nervous. No, we're not stopping in Springfield, Christopher, because I want to stop at home because I have been unable to get home yet. So I'm really hoping to get home. My mother's birthday is Tuesday, so she's technically my wife's mother, but she's my mother. My mother's been gone for shoot 8 years, so her mother is technically my mother, and I call her mom and everything. But her birthday is Tuesday, so I'm gonna hope to get home and maybe go out to dinner, have a bite to eat for her dinner. That's what I'm gonna do. I appreciate that, Robert. Yeah, I mean they're all right. So it's just a point of view is all it is. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you. We share a lot of the same opinions. Me and Jeremy do on a lot of things, but it's all about point of view. That's all. And I can get it. They own their truck, and so I'm just gonna let they work for themselves, and they're out there getting it. They're out there getting it. I just see someone pass me on the shoulder. I've had it. I've had it happen. I've had them pass me on the shoulder before. I don't know why people do that. It's like a death wish, right? How long have I been leasing? I've been leasing at Prime for 2 years, but I've been leasing trucks in general since 2007. So I started leasing trucks in 2007. I was a company driver in 2006 for FFE. Back then, they required you to be a company driver for 1 year before you could even consider going lease. And then after your 1 year as a company driver, they would sit down with you if you wanted them to, and they would show you um, whether or not you could make money with lease based on what you've been doing the last year. And so ever since then, I've been leasing. Anchor Hazmat Twig, no experience. Rick, you're gonna have to go somewhere that's got a what they call a refresher course, whether it be Prime or KLM or Averett or whoever. You're gonna any company you go to with no OTR experience is gonna require you out there on the road with a trainer for a while. What am I gonna do with my current truck? Tom, I'm gonna walk away from the lease. Good afternoon. Yeah, I'm gonna walk away from this one. So that's one thing that's nice. I mean, it's a walk away lease, right? So I want to get into something else, I can just walk away from it. Now, I walk away from any money that I have occurred towards the end of lease bonus. All right. So that money is no longer going to be anywhere. It's gone. Success Leasing keeps that money, but I know that up front. No, they do not pay it out. They do not pay out the end of lease deal when you turn the truck in. So they do have some early end of lease stuff that you can get paid out on, but it has to do with mileage, and it's mainly teams or TNT trainers full time that reach that mileage because it's pretty high, guys. It's a pretty high mileage count, that's for sure. But yeah, I figured I'd get on live today. While we're out here getting a little work done. Because like I said, I'm hoping to be home tomorrow. We were I don't know, we were probably 1,300 miles from my house when we left today, 1350. We've gone 150. We're probably 1,200 miles from the house. I need to get. It's not a hoodie, babe. Babe, it's not a hoodie. Shout out to Stefan. Stefan did 616 miles yesterday, guys. So Stefan took over in Boonville, Missouri, and he drove to Lyman, Colorado yesterday. So Stefan put in a long day yesterday, guys. Tell Stefan to stay on the truck till May and take over the lease. No, Matthew, Stefan's ready for his own. I don't blame him. He's ready to make money. He's ready to make money. He has no interest in having a prolonged training, I don't think. So, yeah. And Stefan's learned a lot here, and he's like you said, he'll learn a lot more by himself. But he's been handling our pickups and our deliveries pretty much. Like I did Walmart last night. So guys, I missed a great opportunity to make a video last night, and I didn't think about it till this morning. I got to Walmart in Loveland, Colorado, to an empty trailer, and I was backing up underneath the empty. The first I noticed it seemed a little high, so I stopped to get out, and of course some tape, the glad hands, and there was a piece of paper underneath the landing gear. If I'd have lowered that thing down and got underneath it and jerked it, knocked that box out, and then realized it, I would have had hell getting that damn block back underneath it. Would not have been good. How you doing, Jack? I hope I make it to the house too, Robert. I'll be honest with you. I really do. I left the house December 28th, guys. I haven't seen the front door since. Now, that was the plan originally anyways, but, with a little opportunity to sneak by there for a night, I'm definitely looking to take full advantage of it tomorrow evening. We'll see how that. It doesn't always work out like it should, but we'll definitely give it a shot. I'm gonna turn the camera around and let y'all watch a little bit of driving. Let y'all watch a little bit of driving today. We are in western Kansas on I-70 heading east. And like I said, it is absolutely gorgeous out today. I wish it had been like this the last few months. I mean, this is some really pretty weather to be out in. Kids probably grown and gone. Yeah, right. So, my 3-year-old, he's a handful. He's got this new thing now. He likes to hang up on me when the phone call's done. So he likes to say bye bye and click. The only thing is, it's not like it normally hanging up. It's not like the whole drawn out like bye and all that. He just says bye bye, daddy, and click instantly. Like sometimes you don't even get the daddy all the way out. He's done hung up on me. He's 10 now. No, it ain't been that long, guys. Come on now. Come on. It hasn't even been 3 months. Which sucks is usually on stretches like this, I get opportunities to go by the house. And I just didn't get that opportunity. Just didn't get it. Like Chicken Coop in Kansas, it was closed. They was closed, locked up tight, man. Locked up tight. 94 in Bradenton. Holy crap. Yeah, he definitely had the shorts and sandals out. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yeah, we went to the Denver yard last night. I was thinking about getting up this morning and doing laundry and taking a shower at the Denver yard. I'll just be honest with you. Denver yard's one of those scary shower situations because there's not someone there to clean it in between each person. So I really don't want to use it unless I absolutely have to. There's no telling what's been going on in it before you. So it was good that before I even considered actually getting my laundry and going in, we got a load. I was hoping to get one last night, but I should have known once I rejected that little load they wanted us to take that they were going to make me wait. They say it's because there was no freight available. I say it's because I told them I didn't want to take their garbage. But I mean, I don't know. But you have to pick loads that are going to help you make sure you reach your weekly goals. And I can't. I ate a bad load coming to Colorado in order to get in the meat area, and so I couldn't eat another bad load out to Salt Lake. Especially when the last couple loads I've hauled out of Salt Lake have been bad loads too. It just would have been bad load after bad load. 5 gallon pail of Lysol. You ain't lying. Knee baby, he does not. He lives in Minnesota. Actually, he went home for a week. Well, not really a week, 4 days. Yeah, he went home for and I picked him back up. I just ran. What I did is I ran out of Minnesota, I ran to Indiana, and then I ran right back and picked him up. He went home and the shit storm started. That is when I've lost signal on one phone, on the other still. I keep seeing this or not. Does your dispatcher work with you? Um, yeah, he does a pretty good job. Let's see if we can keep this thing going or not. Let's see what Robert's saying. Does your dispatcher work with you on getting good loads? Robert, I don't know how to answer that because honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, look, I used to take everything they sent me, like every little thing they sent me, but I don't do that no more. All right, here we go. We should be good now, guys. What's going on, Amabi? So on my hometown, what does he do? Well, as a trainer, I have to make accommodations for him. Like he either has to have full access to the truck with food and showers, or I have to put him in a hotel if I take my truck home, or I have to take him to Springfield and drop him off at campus. So this is just going to be a one night deal. So we're just going to park at Pilot, and he'll just he'll have the truck. He'll stay in the truck, and he'll be at the Pilot truck stop. So he'll have everything he needs right there. I got direct TV and everything. So David H drops his load everywhere according to him. And I'm be that's why I didn't want to shower at Denver right there. Right there, buddy. That's a prime example. I am. I'm in western Kansas. Good for you, Carla. Yeah, hey, it's a great place to train, guys. Like I've told y'all a million times, and I'll keep preaching it. You know, long term, Prime is not for everybody. But if you're looking to get in the industry, it's a great way to get in the industry without having to come out of pocket money and to get paid while you're training. Okay, it's great for that. So that's pretty important. I'm in western Kansas, Robert. I'm in western Kansas. The load they wanted me to take was out of Denver. It was at the yard, and it delivered at 5 o'clock or 4:30 today, 4:30 this afternoon in Salt Lake City, or Clearfield at the Salt Lake, and it paid like $1 a mile plus surcharge, so it would have been about $1.21 or something, some crap, and I wasn't doing it. Number one, I told him I wasn't going west of Denver the rest of this winter. Last time I checked the calendar, unfortunately, it's still winter, and you never know what you're going to get. So that was part of it. Secondly, it did not pay worth a crap. Not at all. Oh, yeah, that's awesome, Carl. Trifecta's nice. Valken, here's the thing about the Volvos that they're hung up on, man. It's the weight. They weigh too much. So they're having, my understanding is the Volvos can't get dispatched on like some of these meat loads and stuff because they're coming back and having to cut the loads, and the customers don't want to cut the loads all the time. So that, I think that might be the holdup. They're trying to figure it out. How many more miles Stefan on today? Stefan will be on a while today. He's done. How many have you done? So Stefan's at 165 miles so far today. He's going to probably do another 450 or so. Oh, Robert, I'm still in Tennessee. So the move to Missouri has not happened yet. It has not happened yet, man. It's a big deal to just pack up your whole family and move them. So that's the UFO again. Yeah, yeah, that UFO sitting there. Oh, how many miles has he got left? Um, when we left Denver, or when we delivered in Loveland last night, he had 21,700 miles is what he had. So would that leave him 8,300? And this one is another 16. So 8,300, and we're on a 1,600-mile load. So that's going to leave him with about 6,700 when we get to South Carolina. What's going on, vapes? What's going on? Yeah, Chad Rich is running for president, guys. It's Chad Rich in 2020, and he has offered me the VP position. We're going to change the country. Was he? How you doing, Pablo? I just finished last week my orientation. Yep. Now you just got to get it done. Now you just got to get it done after my new truck. No, it'll be before I get the next truck. 1 point drive test for 6 points. Carla, you did really well. You got like a serious trifecta. That's a good one. Yeah, the taxes are great in Tennessee, guys. There's no state income tax. Secretary, oh my goodness. We got to think. I have to talk to Chad and see if we can't maybe make David the press secretary, or he might be better for health services. Doubt about germs. Missed my question about testing. I'm gonna watch. All right, babe. You could have texted me that. You don't have to put that on YouTube. I guess we lost signal for a minute, guys. I assume you guys could still hear me, but no, it's my mother's birthday, guys. It's my mom's birthday. You want to make sure I seen it. Well, you could have texted to me. That's pretty funny. I know about all that now. Ooh, Golden Corral's too expensive to have a big old herd of people show up. That'd be bad. Yes, I can still see the text when I'm on YouTube. It comes across my screen. Silly. What's going on, Trucker for Life? But yes, I can still see text. And since I'm not driving, I can read text and do lives and do whatever I want. So, guys, I have the 579 Ultra Loft Peterbilt coming out May 20th. For those that don't know, yeah, I'm getting the 2020 Ultra Loft, and it is supposed to be ready for pickup on May 20th. So I'm going to take student Stefan here in 2 weeks, hopefully. That's our goal, right? Before the 1st. Our goal is to be done by April 1st. And then I'm going to do 3 PSD onlys and then switch trucks. And then I will probably drive solo for about a month and put some miles on my truck myself. Yeah, Jack, I like that too, because like when you stop at Walmart and get your groceries, man, you can just throw them on the bed instead of having to throw them up in between the seats and then get up there and then step over them and then move them into the sleeper and all that. I've also been looking at some little bitty, and I think I'm going to get me a small freezer since the factory fridge in the Peterbilt does not have a freezer section. Okay, it's got one of those little bitty flip door freezer areas. So I don't want that. Don't want that. A bright green. So yeah, I was thinking about getting a small freezer. I told you I'm going to get an air fryer. So I'm going to get an air fryer. I have the factory fridge that I ordered from Peterbilt coming in it. And then I'm going to get an air fryer. And then I'm also going to get a small freezer only to put in there. I want to do some different things. Yeah, I really want to do the air fryer, guys. I want to be able to cook like food, you know. And I'll just have aluminum foil. I can line the trays with aluminum foil and just wrap it up and throw it away when I'm done. It'll make life real easy. Oh, the rig gets in front of Stefan. I think the air fryer is a great idea, guys. It really opens up the options for food. You know, we're limited out here on really what we can eat, and it sucks. It really sucks. We don't get many good choices. I wish we got more. I wish we had more choices. My signal's on the fritz again. So, guys, I busted a 1,300 subscriber mark this week. So, yeah, Johnny, it's a great day. It's a great day for driving. Stefan's just out here getting it done. How fast is Stefan going at the? He's doing 60. He's actually running 62 tonight. And he's getting 10 miles of the gallon since we left. That's since we left the Love. So he even on the 2 lane, guys. He got 10 miles of the gallon. Correct. I can cook steak in it, pork chops. Yes, correct. I'm on it. Yes, I get a 1099. Yes, I get a 1099, guys. As a lease operator, that's what you get. Is a 1099. I'm trying to keep up with y'all's questions, but the other phone's kind of died. It's not enjoying this here. Yeah, just for a minute. It's at 17%. Thank you. Yeah, you can cook pork chops, steak, chicken. Um, you can cook all kinds of crap in those things. Keith, they didn't lose their. No, that's not what they lost, buddy. I hate to break it to you. So go read what happened in the Supreme Court. What you're talking about has not been decided yet. All they said is that the lawsuit can proceed instead of going to arbitration. That's all that happened in the Supreme Court. All right, that's it. Okay, so Obviously, guys, I'm having a bit of a signal issue. If y'all can't tell. Yeah, signal in Kansas is kind of bad. Anyways, guys, all I was going to say is that when Prime, the only thing that's been decided by the Supreme Court is that transportation workers in this country have the right to go to trial for a grievance instead of going through an arbitrator. That is all that has been decided so far. Nothing else has been decided. Nothing else has been heard. Nothing. And I'm going to tell you from my experience at Prime, what they're going to find out is when it gets to the court is Prime doesn't require me to buy anything from them. Okay, I can go buy it from wherever I want. Okay, Prime doesn't require me to buy anything from them. Prime doesn't tell me where to go get fuel. So no, I mean I'm not a company driver. Okay, correct. If everything that was, if the stuff I read that the guy is going to court for, if all of that was true, that would be the same as being a company driver. But my experience, my personal experience of Prime, is that none of that is true. Prime has not done any of that to me that he's saying was done to him. And he's going to have to prove in court that they did, because Prime telling him, "Hey, we'll sell you this stuff and you can pay for it over time, or you don't, or you can go buy it somewhere else." That's not requiring him to do it. That's just giving him an option in case he doesn't have the money out of pocket to get the stuff that he may need. Okay? But you know what? It'll be another 5 years before we ever hear anything about it. That's all I'm going to say. That's all that was decided. So, and that doesn't just affect Prime, everybody, okay? Understand something. The ruling the Supreme Court made about transportation workers, specifically truck drivers, having the right to go to court instead of an arbitrator, that is going to affect every trucking company in America, okay? That wasn't one specific verdict against Prime, okay? That was a verdict about arbitration in the transportation industry. So that's going to affect every transportation company in America who has private contractors. That's not just going to affect Prime. Now, will it change anything? I doubt it. I doubt anything changes from it, but yeah, we just have to wait and see. Yeah, Skull, what I said is I do not have hazmat, and I am in the reefer division. So that's right. There's your answer. I don't have a yes or no for you because I think recruiting tells you to get it, but I never got it, and I don't have it, and I've been here 2 years. So you can just go with that. Tanker's the only thing they require now for sure that I know of. I think they want you to have your hazmat, but the big thing now is the TWIC card. Everybody's got to have a TWIC card before you can upgrade now. I guess we had some students coming in to upgrade who didn't have their TWIC cards. So now they're saying that you're gonna have to get that taken care of before you can even upgrade anymore. Ugh. Moving on up. No, Middleton. I hear a passport card to start PSD. Well, you heard wrong. You have to come with either a certified copy of your birth certificate or a password. All right, babe. Loves you too. Um, you have to come to orientation with either a certified copy of your birth certificate or a passport. Okay. The only way a passport is required is if you don't have access to a birth certificate. Then I guess a passport would be required. Yes. Mr. Brown, you know I'm not driving. Stefan's driving. Can I yes thoughts on self-driving trucks and future trucking? I don't think self-driving. Okay, so self-driving trucks. Do I think they're in the future? I think we will have. I think it will be a lot like the airline industry. We have self-flying planes right now. Every plane up there is a self-flying plane, but they still have two pilots in them, guys. It's going to be the same thing with trucks. Even after they come up with the technology for a self-driving truck, you're still going to have somebody in the cockpit of the truck controlling certain things. Yeah. Yeah, take it over in case of an accident, an incident, emergency. There's going to be somebody in, there's always going to be a human being in the vehicle. Okay. So the truck driving job is not going to go away, but the duties of the driver may change. Okay. Maybe we'll go more into like maybe you'll have to do some more technology training in order to qualify for the job, learn the computer system that these self-driving trucks have. The job is still going to be there. The duties are just going to be different. Yes, I said duties for those of you that are laughing right now. What is a TWIC card? TWIC card is a transportation workers identification card. It's you apply for it. Is issued by the Department of Homeland Security and allows you to get into ports, rail yards, airports, stuff like that. Much easier than having an escort and stuff. Basically, it's a background check to make sure that you're not a bad person. Okay, that's basically what it is. It's something from the Department of Homeland Security going, "Hey, we trust this guy enough to let him drive an 18-wheeler onto an airstrip, all right, or into a rail yard or into a shipyard." That's what it boils down to. But yes, that's my thoughts on self-driving trucks. Do I think we're going to get trucks eventually where all you have to do is program where you're going and it'll take you there? Yes, but do I think every truck's going to have a driver in it still? Yes, I do. I think every truck will have a driver. Me and Stefan were just talking about this the other day. You know, not only do I think every truck will still have a driver, I think the whole cockpit will change. I think it'll go to a single seat in the middle of the cab. I think the dashboard will be wider and it'll have more gauges, more controls. I think it's going to be a whole different situation. But they're always going to have a driver, guys. You're look, you're not going to allow 80,000 pounds of steel and different products cruising down the interstate with nobody behind the wheel to take control with families on the highway. It's just not going to happen, guys. So there'll always be somebody in the truck to take control of the vehicle. That's my opinion. No, TWIC is needed to upgrade to your own truck, not PSD. And Prime does the TWIC thing for you after you pass your CDL exam. So once you're done with PSD, Prime will get the TWIC card for you. You pay for it. They take it out in two payments during TNT, and they do it for you. Correct, GBR. Yeah, someone's got to put fuel in it. It's not going to fuel itself. You know, I mean, there's a lot of different things that is going to happen that it's going to require a driver. I haven't heard anything new about the load board. No Valken, nothing new. Just that it's still in trial and it's not a load board. It's going to be a load offering system that they're trying out right now. They're sending drivers 3 loads all at the same time. They're sending you 3 loads that you can choose from. If you do not like any of those 3 loads, you can reject them all. They will send you 3 more. If you reject the second batch of 3, so now you've had 6 to choose from. If you don't pick any of them, then you have to call your fleet manager and figure out what the problem is. Or do you have a CD? If you already have your CDL when you come in, they'll probably make you just apply for a TWIC when you get there. They take it out in 2 payments. It's $125 for a TWIC card. Prime pays it up front, and when I say they paid up front, I mean they literally pay it with a Visa card up front, and they get their money back from you your first 2 checks. 62.50 a week is how that works. Or yeah, or if you could just pay it up front, they'll allow you to do that if you want to. Yeah, it's right there in the office. It's down in the training area. It's kind of nice. You just go in the little room and they take your picture and your fingerprints, and I don't know. And mine took like 7 days, but I was also former military, so mine was really quick. But I've heard people it takes 21 days sometimes, 25 days if they have to do more of a background check. But like it, yeah, yeah. If you're in, yeah, if you have hazmat already or you've been in the military, um, any kind of government job where you've had background checks. All right, I think we're back. The room kind of emptied out, but that's okay. It happens sometimes. Thanks to you, those of you who are stuck in it. Too many regulations. Look, everything's regulated nowadays, guys. Everything. All right, everything's regulated. So I got a lot of I got a lot of hate mail, guys, about my view on universal health care. So yeah, y'all should have saw it. It was pretty bad. Right for a while when you started prom. Mr. Brown, just that the last load I had, I picked up in South Carolina and I was going to Colorado, and I had to drive right by the house, and I had enough time to stop at the house, and then the shipper took an extra 6 hours to load us, and ate up any chance I had of stopping at home. So it's things change constantly on the fly, and you just have to be able to adjust, and sometimes it sucks. That's the truth of it. Sometimes it sucks. So, Robert, it all depends on how long you've been off the road, all right? So, I've seen guys come here that had to do 15,000 miles, and I've seen guys come here that had to do 40,000 miles. It really just depends on how long you've been off the road. It really just depends how long you've been gone, guys. That's what it boils down to. Is how long have you been gone? I'm trying to turn this a little bit. Yeah, so you're gonna have to do. They'll make 10 years. They're gonna make you do the whole kit and caboodle, man. They'll even make you do like a PSD phase. You'll do like Stefan did, where he already had his license, but we still had to treat it like it was PSD, and then he had to go in and take an evaluation after 2 weeks of being on the road. So you have to do the same thing Stefan did. He was out 6 years, and that's what he had to do. But yeah, usually the guys who come in with their CDLs, they do night classes first and then go to TNT. But we had already set up for Stefan to ride with me, so they let me PSD him. So that kind of helped. That kind of helped a little bit. But we have not been killing it since Stefan went home. We've been kind of taking it easy, and the money's still there. Last week I took home like $3,140. So the money's still here without killing myself. We'll just keep doing it this way, and I'll be happy with that. Am I cashing any $5,000 checks right now? No, I'm not. But it's also winter time, so those checks are pretty rare, anyways, in the wintertime. Right now, it's just about making sure that we pick smart loads, that we take smart loads that make sense. Robert, both of those are good trainers. I mean, I'm going to do PSD. I'm just not going to do TNT. That's the only thing. Did all the tests. Did I waste my time? Let me see what he's talking about. Did all the um what do you mean? You did the CDL prep stuff? Is that what you did? That's right, Brown. I agree with you, Mr. Brown. You know, you gotta start at the bottom and swim to the top. Yeah, it's like 54 degrees out right now according to the dashboard, so it's a pretty nice day. That's for sure. I'm trying to understand what Strange Whispers is asking me. He says, "Missed me again. Did all the I'm assuming it says tests. Did I waste my time? How much experience do drivers have to have before they're able to train?" You know, that's a good question, and unfortunately, it's not as much as Prime would probably even like. But if they did what they'd like to do, they'd never have no trainers. So I want to say if you came through Prime's training program, you can train after 6 months. If you came as an experienced driver, I think you have to, or did the training somewhere else. I think it's 9 months. Yeah, Robert. Yeah, I mean, if I'm available to PSD when you come, absolutely, I could PSD you. Let's see. General knowledge, air brake combo, doubles, triples, tankers, hazmat. Um, yeah, you don't need to do the doubles, triples. You don't need to do the doubles and triples. The rest of them you need to do, Strange. So general knowledge, air brakes, combination, vehicle, tanker, and hazmat. Yes, those you need. The other ones you do not. Hey, Johnny, pretty much every company's already done that. It's just a matter of cycling out the old trucks. That's all it is. It's just a matter of cycling out the old trucks. But yes, I think every company, I think the manufacturers are going to go to that. I think that's what's going to happen more than the companies. I think these trucking manufacturers, whether it be Freightliner, Peterbilt, Kenworth, whoever, are going to force the companies to go to all automatics because that's all they're going to be producing. I think that's where it's going to start is at the manufacturing level. That's just my opinion. I mean, but I think that's what'll happen, right? Because what happens is when you have a factory that's having produced two different vehicle, okay, this one's gonna be automatic, this one's gonna be manual. You're adding on to labor and knowledge. Where if it's all just one, okay, guys, we're gonna produce automatic transmissions in all of our trucks. That's gonna help. My recruiter said I didn't need hazmat. Correct. I don't have hazmat. Kurt, I don't have hazmat myself. I've been here 2 years and no one said nothing to me about hazmat. When I originally applied at prom, they said that I should get it, but I did not. I never did. You know what? Frankly, that's a really good idea. Jeff, I prefer the automatic. I drove a manual for well over 1,000,000 miles, and now that I've driven, and I was scared to drive an automatic, guys. I'll be honest with you. I was freaked out. Oh, everybody says this and everybody says that, and this is gonna suck. And I got in the automatic and I drove it, and I was like, well, this ain't too bad. And then after a few weeks, I was like, oh, this is nice. I'm never going back. I love it. I love it. Now, I will tell you, it takes some getting used to. All right. It's like anything else, it takes a little bit. You have to drive it for a while. Man, correct. No more gear jamming. No more grinding. Can't hang out in David's favorite, David H's favorite Facebook group, the grinders. We can't hang out in there. It shouldn't be, Lucas. You may have to stop and restart it. It was acting up. But I'm in Colby, Kansas now, so I've got pretty good signal. No, Austin, I do not have you blocked. I just talked about it, man. You just asked me what my personal vehicle was. I answered it. Yeah, Hey, Frankie, I feel the same way, man. I feel the same way. Oh, my audio keeps cutting out. Yeah. Dan, I don't think it's a big deal myself. I mean, but look, it boils down to what your plans are, okay, as an individual. That's what it boils down to. If you're going to be working for mega carriers and you know it, automatic restriction shouldn't scare you, okay? Now, if you plan on going to work at a mega carrier for 6 months or a year and then going to work for mom and pops, and that, Aunt Susie who lives down the road, then you might have an issue. That's something you need to take in consideration. Yeah, Stefan's saying that there's a mom and pops company by him, but they've switched to all automatics even. So I mean, everybody's going to automatics. Everybody. It's just a matter of time. Well, it's a pretty blue sky today. How you doing, Lucas? Johnny, they do haul hazmat, but here's the thing: when you have 7,000 trucks, buddy, there's not that many hazmat loads out there because there's too many people into there's too many owner operators and companies, especially smaller companies that specialize in hazmat. That's all they do. How do you keep from not having to get the automatic Jeff? You take your test in a manual transmission, and you can no longer do that at Prime. But that is how you do not get the automatic or the automatic restriction. Now, I will tell you, we have had. I know for a fact we have had multiple people who have come through Prime, and when they went back to their home state and switched their Missouri license over to their home state, the automatic restriction was left off of it, which is actually kind of scary because they have no idea how to drive a manual transmission in 18 wheeler. Maybe they'll figure it out, maybe they won't. Is this us right here? No, the next one. But if I have CDL, no, Robert. If you already have your CDL, they're not gonna you're not gonna test out like that. So, Robert, all you're gonna do is take an evaluation. That's it. In house test out like with the state and all that. You're just gonna take an evaluation up front. So what happens on your test? Nothing changes for you. You don't have to get a Missouri license. You don't have to do none of that if you already have your CDL. But yeah, guys, I love my automatic, man. Matter of fact, you guys know I ordered the Peterbilt. I could have ordered it manual. Hell to the no. I ordered it automatic. It wouldn't have cost me no extra money to get a manual transmission in my Peterbilt, but I wasn't having it. I want the automatic. Plain and simple. That's for sure. So there was another Freightliner that went down yesterday, and it's going to be maybe another total rebuild, a 2020 7,300 miles on it, and the whole rear end went out on it. Freightliners are starting to show some signs of production issues, which is something that Freightliner has been able to stay away from for a long time. That's one thing I can say about Freightliners is, they had, a bad apple every now and then, but it was much lower in percentage wise compared to the other manufacturers. And now it seems like here in the last month, our Freightliner numbers are picking up. It's a 12-speed plus reverse, so I guess technically a 13-speed transmission. Mr. Brown, don't do it then. And I didn't. They're just like, man, that's exactly. So Zach says, what happens if you lease one of those trucks takes the shit right out of the gate? Well, Zach, what they're going to do is, for starters, our leasing through Success Leasing has breakdown pay. Okay, a lot of companies, if you lease and break down, you don't get paid because you're not a company driver. At Prime, we have breakdown pay through Success Leasing. So you get some breakdown pay, but if you're going to be broke down for a long time, okay, so this guy here, his whole rear end's out, okay, and they're worried it took his transmission out because that can happen. If they determine that truck's going to be down, let's just say 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they're going to give him a loaner truck at free of cost. All right, so he will not have a truck payment on the loaner truck. He will only have the truck payment on the truck in the shop. So he'll be out there running just like normal. He will just be not in his own truck. That'll be the only thing. That's something. We're gonna stop here. We're in Colby, Kansas, guys. We're at the Pilot in Colby, Kansas. Almost lost my camera. We're going to stop and get fuel here. This is the cheapest place on our route until we get into Illinois. And then we're going to stop in East St. Louis and fill this bitch up because it's $2.11 for Prime this weekend in East St. Louis. So that definitely is where we'll be filling up the tanks at. And I would assume we're going to probably take a 30. Oh, you're not going to take a 30 here? Okay. Okay. How long did it take to get used to the automatic transmission? About a month. I don't know if it took a month. I was just so happy, man. It such a better ride in my opinion. Drive manual truck. Stuber Uber. What the hell's going on, Stuber Uber? I ain't seen Stuber Uber in a while. Frankie, I used to. It's been a long time since I reached for the clutch, though. I'll be honest with you. But yeah, I did. Been retired for 6 months, 38 years old. I'm on the defensive line about entering trucking. Any advice? Do your research, Big C. Understand what you're getting into before you get into it. Yeah, we're heading east, Mr. Brown. Correct. We're in Colby, Kansas, heading east. Because I'm driving nights right now. Stuber, how's your mileage? Where are you at on your mileage? All right, Robert. I hope I make it home tomorrow too. It'll be nice to get home for a night. It sure would. So, guys, we were at the Pilot, and Stefan's going to use the app. What's the matter? Yeah, our trailer is 141214. Johnny, I have not had any issues with bad fuel or anything. I've been lucky so far. That has happened to some drivers. 16,000. All right, Stuber, you're getting there. You're getting there. Yep. They're not over here. They're over there. Oh. There you go, sir. Can you order extra fuel tanks on new truck lease? I don't know if you can order extra fuel tanks. I don't think so. Ours all come with 100-gallon tanks. 100 gallons on each side. Did you get to go home? See either no, I did not. That's why the video is titled Sometimes Trucking Sucks. because I did not go home because it took me till midnight to get loaded that night. Which I will tell you. So I'm going to give you a really good example of the difference between an experienced driver and an inexperienced driver. Okay, when we got over to Sterilite the other night to and docked to get loaded, we got there at 4 o'clock. All right, let's just say 4 o'clock. So they have 2 hours to load us. So I was thinking six. They took 6 hours above and beyond the window. Here's the thing: inexperienced driver Stefan, he sits in the driver's seat with his phone, right, going crazy. What did I do as an experienced driver? What did I do? I went and crawled into bed, man. I went to bed. All right, and I slept for yeah, 70 gallons. Yep. So I went to sleeper and I slept for 7 hours, and I'm glad I did because when the load was finally ready at midnight, Stefan's tired, butt ass tired to the wind because he'd been up all day waiting for him to load it. So guys, when you're at a customer and you're getting loaded, don't be afraid to crawl in the bed and go to sleep. All right, because you might be there for 8 hours. It does happen. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. Now, of course, I'll get detention pay on that, so that's good. Yes, Valken, it's 100 on each side, and I will tell you what I did once. Mine also shows low fuel at 137, 135 gallons. I run on empty from Russellville, Arkansas, all the way to the yard. Okay, 218 miles with the light on, and it still only took 161 gallons to fill it when I got there. I think they have it set up for the low fuel light to come on early to prevent people from running out of fuel. I think that's their whole goal. Wouldn't it be better to go off the clock? Well, strange, yeah, I was in the sleeper berth. I was in the sleeper berth. Absolutely, you go off the clock. You go in the sleeper berth. Yeah, you get off the clock. You go in the sleeper berth, buddy. Look, we have sleeper berths, guys. We don't have to log the shippers and receivers on duty. All right. You have to show time for arriving and checking in and backing in a door. Okay. 15 minutes usually, right? I mean, 10 to 15 minutes. I've done it as little as 7 minutes before. But once you log that time, once you're backed into your dock and you're waiting to get loaded and you crawl in that sleeper berth, make sure you're on sleeper berth. All right. We're not in day cabs. So make sure you're in the sleeper berth, guys, and you're back there. Yeah, I bet you, man. That's a long time at a shipper. Detention pays different depending on the customer. Okay, so Walmart's $50 an hour. Some of them are $80 an hour. Some of them are $100 an hour. It just depends. Each customer is different. Each one is different. It just depends. It depends on what the contract they got with Prime says. So once they have the, whatever it is, and sadly we don't get to know that until after it's billed. Once it's billed, then I find out, and then once they pay it, I actually get the money. And that can take up to, I'll be honest with you guys, that I've gotten detention 6 months after I delivered a load because Prime waits for the customer to actually pay them the money before they give it to you to make sure there's not a dispute. David H is always in trouble and gets detention. Yeah, because he's always playing with his lotion. And it's just giving numbers way lower. Yeah, it just depends. I mean, like, look, when I worked at KLM, we got $20 an hour after 3 hours, maximum $200 a day. Okay, that's what I got there. It ain't like that at Prime. Say Walmart's the cheapest one I've seen. It's $50 an hour. I've gotten as much as, I want to say the most I ever have gotten with in detention with Prime was like $120 an hour. That was the most, and that was at one of the pharmaceutical places. Prime starts paying detention after 2 hours after your appointment time. So let's just say Walmart, your appointment's at 6 o'clock in the morning. At 8 o'clock in the morning, you go on detention. Okay. It's 2 hours after your appointment time. That's when detention starts. They have 2 hours to unload you. So all because you get to Walmart an hour and a half early doesn't mean your detention starts an hour and a half early. Okay. Detention starts 2 hours after your appointment time. So Dad's Adventure at Prime, it's 2 hours. Yes, think of it like this. When I go to make a delivery, the first 2 hours are free. Okay? The first 2 hours are free. After that I start getting paid. Does that help explain it to you so you understand what I'm saying? What's the difference between DEF and diesel? DEF is diesel exhaust fluid. It has to do with the emission system. It does not go in the diesel tanks. It's nowhere near the diesel tanks. What's going on, Keith? If you're my student and I even catch you going towards the diesel tank, I'm gonna smack you in the back of the head. All right. If you put DEF in the diesel tanks, it just happened recently to a trainer here. It was $14,000 to fix it. All right, guys, $14,000. DEF goes in the DEF. All right. There's a reason why the diesel nozzle is this big and the DEF is this big. Okay. There's a huge difference. They want to make sure it's brought to your attention. It's horse pee. Well, $14,000 bill to fix the damn truck. That's a load of crap. And that's what it ended up costing him. Just got my seat the DMV to get my permit. All right, Keith. Give him a give slap. Yeah, guys. And look, it goes back to training, right? I mean, really, it goes back to training because you guys are coming in. If you're a student coming in, you know nothing about the trucking industry, right? Just what you see on YouTube. If it's on YouTube, it's true, right? But look, so that's all you have to go off of. And if that trainer doesn't go out with you and you're fueling the first dozen times, make you watch him do it the first few times and he watches you do it for the next 10 times, that's his fault. That's just my own personal opinion. Mr. Brown, I hope so too. What's going on, Boot Hill Brian? Boot Hill Brian in the house. DEF is made with urine and water. Yeah, it does stink. It does stink. Hey guys, if you get it on you, it fucking turns to like a white substance. It looks like you've been playing with David's hand lotion. It's terrible. It's funny because my son was out with me one summer and he was like 14 or 15, and I was filling the DEF up and it splashed up, and it got like down my arm. And so I'm driving down the road and I've got this white powdery dry stuff all on my arm, and my son's like, "Dad, what's on your arm?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's the DEF." And he said, "Yeah, is that what you say?" It's good stuff. Videotape it all so you can go back and watch it. That's true. You need to go in for anything, get pizza or anything? You're not gonna get anything? You gonna stop down the road? Let me see. Oh, you're not gonna do the break? Let me see how much soda I got. Yeah, I got enough. I got enough too. I'm good. I'm good too. So guys, that was our fuel stop. That's how quick we just fueled up. We're getting ready to go back on the highway now. We are fueled up and rolling. Stefan uses the app, and I've never used it, but he really likes it. He really likes the app. Man, I gotta have some AC, brother. Yeah, I thought I turned it on. It is hot. It's hotter than shit. I got this long sleeve shirt on. Holy moly. That's bad. It's freaking warm, guys. I love it. And here's the problem, guys. I got on long sleeves, And the only pair of clean jeans I had left are fleece lined. So I have on fleece lined jeans and a long sleeve shirt, and it's almost freaking 60 degrees out. I am 67 degrees? Yeah, it's 67. I'm freaking dying out here. How's the app work? Never used it. Valken, if you go into your pilot app, you can, for the fueling part, you can put your card in it, your Comdata card, and when you pull up to the pump, you simply open the app, and every pump has, it asks you the pump number. You just push the pump number you're at, and then you can do everything from inside your truck. So if it's -10 out or it's pouring rain, you're doing everything from inside your truck, and then you just push a button in the phone, and it says okay, ready. You just get out and fuel. You have to enter in like a number, a 6-digit number from the pump. On the pump. Yeah. That's all you enter in. And that's it. Break out the wife beater. I may have to break out one of my tank tops, guys. I may have to do that. I'm going to wait till we get on the interstate. I'm going to flip this camera around so y'all have a view of the highway, and then I'm going to go change clothes. I'm going to go put on a pair of basketball shorts and a freaking some kind of t-shirt. That's what I'm going to do before I die heat stroke in this truck today. Yeah, you get like an extra point per gallon. You get extra credits for showers. It's really cool, man. They give you extra shit for doing it. Loves has it, but it didn't work. I tried it twice. You didn't hear the explanation. Val, can you put all your information you registered in your app on the Prime on the Pilot app? Let's just say Pilot. Go into your Pilot app, register your card underneath the fueling tab, and when you pull up to the pump, you punch in all your information while sitting in the cab of your truck. You don't have to get out. You don't have to put your Pilot card in either. It does it all. Yeah, it does your fuel card, your Pilot card, and everything. David H headed to Cali. Yeah, David H is headed to Cali. I'm gonna turn you all around. Because step in the back and I'm gonna change clothes. I gotta get out of these clothes, guys. It's bad. I'll take the other phone with me so I can read questions and see what happens here. Ugh. He should be asleep. David H probably is asleep because otherwise he'd be in this room right now. He'd be in here talking his smack that he likes to talk to me. But that's okay. I still like him. I think he's a pretty good guy overall. I don't know. See if I can find some clothes here to wear. It's that's the one thing bad about when seasons transition, man. Like a lot of my spring and summer clothes are under the bed in containers and need to be washed before I can wear them because they've been underneath there all winter. And oh, look at this! I found a shirt with sleeves, guys. I don't even have to wife beater it. I found one with sleeves. So Stefan should be all done next week. Probably the week after, if I had to guess. That's just a guess. I'm thinking it's going to be the week after next for Stefan. Get these socks off. Jeez Louise. So yeah, Stefan will probably be done week after next. Get him into the yard just in time for upgrades to reopen. That'd be a pretty good deal. I took the pants off, and now Stefan's got it like a V locker up front already. He's got the AC on super high. Gonna freeze me out now. Now I'm gonna be cold as shit. Watch, guys. It's gonna be bad. I don't know though. That sun's beating right in my window. Yeah, I did. I had it on max. David's hand lotion is Stefan. No, David's hand lotion is not Stefan. Stefan's driving. No, Michael. Stefan said he wants to play his Xbox, not play on YouTube. Jeff, I've done that in the past. I just haven't had any weeks like that recently. But mainly what I do is, what's the matter? Yes. Mainly what I do is buy meals, guys. So I'd buy meals like if, different times. That's kind of how I do it. Everybody does it different. Now, if you get a student that you start going way beyond the 30,000 miles, then you've got to work out a really, I don't know how to describe it, like Junior. I promise you, Junior is not only paying Andre $700. Okay, Andre's probably making $1,200 to $1,500 a week guaranteed, if I had to guess. That's just a guess off the top of my head. Andre's probably making somewhere in the, is that what he's making? Yeah. So Andre's probably making somewhere around 25 cents a mile or something like that. Because he's over his 30,000. So guys, I found a regular shirt today with sleeves. Look, Prime paid me enough money this week that I was able to buy sleeves, guys. All right. So this week's shirt does have sleeves. I just wish I'd have bought more of these shirts because I really like this one. But yeah, got some sleeves. It is slimming. It's very slimming. It makes me look like maybe I did something last night on Fitness Friday with bags. That's what it does. It's a very slimming shirt. I like it. Valken, man, I use mine all the time on I can just get on a roll and I buy food with them or something. Non-existent Friday with bags was a success. Oh, David H is here. David H has stepped in, but you know what? It would help if I put my seatbelt back on. I seem to have overlooked that. So now we're seatbelted up and legal again because it is the law. You got to wear a seatbelt. That's for sure. I'll give you all outside pop. There you go. Y'all see the Great Plains of Kansas. The only thing out here in Kansas is corn, cows, and cow shit because they use the corn to feed the cow shit, and they use the cow shit to grow the corn. So it's just like a big giant circle of life out here in Kansas. And then we all eat steak. But David's hungry. David, where did you come up with that? Corn makes whiskey. And whiskey makes her frisky. I believe it, Mr. Brown. I believe it. I believe it. Valken, that's probably not a bad idea. Hey, Valken, I've used mine because I'm a lease driver. I've used it before for like antifreeze or oil or something when I needed something to pinch, and then used the receipt as a tax write-off. What's going on, Mike? Get some sun on them arms. Yeah, Quentin, construction zones suck. I'll just be honest with y'all. Construction zones suck ass. Correct. Now I will tell you, if my student's driving, especially PSD, and we're in a construction zone and it's super narrow, I'll have them drive down the middle. All right, because that's just the safest bet. That's what I was taught many years ago in training in Dallas when they were redoing parts of 30 in Dallas. Is it was so narrow, two trucks could barely fit by each other. I just drove down the damn middle of the thing. Did Lisa and Wendy let you sleep? No, Lisa and Wendy wanted his attention all night long. So, guys, I did notice in the new Freightliner, the 2020, in the Ultra Loft, they did a video of that it did have the new Qualcomm in it. So I think I'll be switching to the new Qualcomm when I get my new truck. I do think that's going to happen. Wendy kept mouthing off all night. Did you mute her, David? Did you shove a sock in her mouth? Did you take care of it? So, Johnny, I don't like to drive at all when I'm home. My wife can testify to that. So can my 17-year-old son. I do not like to drive nowhere. Like, very rarely do I drive at all. So, matter of fact, I think the only time I've driven while at home in the last year was back in December. We bought a new van. We bought a town and country minivan, and I drove it home from the dealership. That's the first time I've driven in like a year, other than driving a truck. But my 17-year-old really enjoys driving. When he comes over and hangs out, he drives me wherever I need to go. I just put gas in his car. Wendy likes you the most, but you keep her behind the curtains at night. Nice. Sometimes I swear y'all ain't right. We have some unique individuals that hang out on YouTube. That is for sure. So, guys, last night I was talking with Jeremy from Trucking with Selena, and I was asking him his opinion on an ACE lease, since I'm gonna buy a house first, pay the house off before I own a truck. So I'm still working on whether or not I want to do that, or if I just want to keep doing what I'm doing, which is lease the truck, turn it in, get the cash payout at the end, and lease another one. Which actually, it sounds really good to me. I kind of like that idea because you're always in something new. You're always under warranty. So I haven't decided yet how I'm going to do it. Michael, I'm still working on that. Still working on that. Matter of fact, the tax people called me about 4 days ago and told me they had went through and redid 14, 15, and 16, and 18 was almost finished. And the reason I'm waiting to turn everything in is I want to turn it all in at once, and then that's going to allow me to just break up payments on everything that's changed. So any additional monies that are owed that haven't been paid yet from as far back as 2013, if there's more money owed than what was originally on there, broken down to pocket any large sum of money, and that's important to me. Well, no, we're asking his opinion on something. If we stack up home time days, how many can we take at one time? GBR, if you're talking about company driver, I don't know. You'd have to ask David. No, Road Dog, I avoided. I heard you. I read you. I avoid getting into the whole military discussion in the military. How can I describe it? So it was not pleasant for me. I didn't like it. So I don't really talk about it. I don't really talk about it. So someone said 5 days for company. For those of you who have been in the military, you will understand this more than people who have not. I was a regular member of the SWAT team. All right? I was a regular member of the SWAT team. For those of you wondering, the SWAT team in military has nothing to do with guns or glory, all right? But it was also 20 years ago and I was much younger. Wow. While you cook, multitask, change your ringtone. What's David cooking? Should be like a new game show. You know, it could be like, what's David cooking? And we can have like a little picture of a steak and of a chicken, of a cow, of a chicken, you know, of a pig, of some vegetables, you know, and like a slot machine, it spins and spins and spins, and you can scream, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, and hit the button and win a prize. He's cooking my kind of food, cooking a Polish food. Everybody loves the Polish sausage. Valken, I don't blame you. Like I said, I was a regular member of the SWAT team. I will tell you all what the SWAT team is. So the SWAT team in the Army is sidewalks, weeds, and trash. It's extra duty. You're you're picking up trash, clearing out weeds, blowing off sidewalks. That's what SWAT team means in the military, guys. Well, at least it did in Fort Carson, Colorado. Sidewalks, weeds, and trash. It's the extra duty crew. And you only get extra duty if you fuck up. So my MOS should have been community beautifier or something, man. That's what it should have been. I did not live the glory days of the military like my brother did. I can live it through my brother. My brother gave him 23 years and retired, so I can live that dream through him. That's pretty funny. All right, guys, it's been like an hour and a half. I got to go to bed. I'm on the night shift tonight, so Stefan's going to do this day driving, and I'm going to do some night driving. I just wanted to catch up with y'all. Hope everybody's been doing all right out there. Like I said, we've been busy. We went South Carolina to Loveland. We're going back to South Carolina. We're actually only going about 30 miles from where we picked up the last load. So we're going to deliver down there, and then who goes, who knows where we'll head next. Tomorrow, I'm hoping to get home and see that little one and my wife. We will see how that goes. In the meantime, I will make an attempt to make some clips and put together a video at some point. It gets pretty rough out here when you're sleeping and driving, but we're going to stay at it, try to make a little money, put a little jingle in the pocket. Y'all stay safe, make some money, all right? Make good choices and be successful. And I'll be back with y'all soon.